crazy intense. I like want insanity. Blow me away, make me pass out, make me do something crazy.
I'm doing everything for them that I wish I could have experienced myself.
Everything I have is going into that dance.
They needed a coach. I didn't realize how much I needed them.
We put in all this work. We want it to pay off. I'm definitely a perfectionist. There are times where I think, can I handle this?
When she leaves, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm leaving behind, and I don't want to leave behind something that I'm not proud of. And she said, you know, you can do this. And I was like, well, I don't know if we can do this.
Year three, documentary, yeah!
Okay, we're the gladiators, but gladiators is too, manly. I feel like we were like trying to be like something fabulous. So we were just coming up with names.
1, 2, 3. We are
the Goddesses! I was kind of scared. That's such a high name, the Goddesses. Like, we need to back that up.
We literally started with nothing. No dance room, nothing, to like now.
I loved watching them perform and always seeing them be super full out. It made me want to become a part of it. We get out of class as soon as the bell rings, and we go to the dance room, and we heat up our food, and then we eat together as a team.
Thank you.
Failed plan, hard work, works.
Building a program from the ground up, you have to be tough. It's the same thing I tell you guys all the time. Whether it's with dancing, competition, school, you're either gonna go hard or you're gonna go home. We'll stretch a little bit and then head to the gym, okay? You can turn on the light.
5, 6, 7, 8, eat it!
My teaching style is very demanding. Set it up! Let's go! Pull out! Do not die out at the end!
You guys,
Do not!
The first few months, it was hard for me. I'd go back home, cry.
Are you tired? No, because you look like you fell asleep.
And it's intense. You're sweating and crying and bleeding, and it's drills and drills and drills.
Any free time at all, I'm like, homework, homework, homework. Because you can't be on Goddesses if you have bad grades.
Adriana instilled this mindset of like, you can do anything if you really work for it. It gives them motivation to work
And if
harder.
you're not committed to it, then you're not gonna grow as a dancer.
I forgot a correction, a change. We can't do that. So, 20 burpees. Well, what just happened was they went on stage and they didn't do their best. They made a lot of mistakes that they usually don't make.
Who felt that this was their best performance? Who felt that it wasn't their best performance? Raise it high.
They need to come together as a team and like reevaluate what's going on and why that just happened.
Because you can't be messing up in hip hop. That's for sure.
One thing that I struggle with is my confidence. I doubt myself a lot. It's just something that I've always had. I feel like I'm always putting myself down. It gets to my head and I get really lonely sometimes. I feel like the people around me always make me feel a part of something. Like, makes everything in my head disappear. Just lets me live in the moment with my team.
When I started on this team, I wasn't fabulous and amazing. I was just a little girl who like barely knew how to do a pirouette. This team made me who I am today. Like, it's not a feeling that you can express in words.
DTU Nationals at Gaylord Palm. It's a whirlwind. It's like excitement, nerves.
Whose first time is it in Florida? What about at Nationals? Nationals in Florida.
We're all super excited to be here. It's our first year in Florida. We practiced this morning and then we get our free time. We might go to the pool. Honestly, it doesn't feel like we actually are here. Just a lot of emotion, super, super emotional. It's a roller coaster, definitely.
Well, this is our first year coming to Nationals, so this whole experience is new for us.
Don't say it's cold. Would you rather be at home where it's literally snowing right now?
We don't really know what's to come, but we are super excited regardless.
Usually when people ask, where's Lee Summit, we have to say, oh, it's a suburb of Kansas City. And then they're like, where's Kansas City?
My town, it's a small community, and we have a lot of cornfields and a lot of roads.
This school has been open for 15 years, so we have had a program for those 15 years. We have tons of amazing dance programs in the state of Missouri, and we felt like to be able to compete with those teams, we needed to step up our game and take it past our state level and go to the national level.
You guys did it when you were in Liver. Let's do that and up and even more.
We have been cleaning and making things perfect since day one. We want them to be as good as it can before we even go to nationals.
We train and work hard. We are a very determined group. We usually do palm, and we're pretty efficient in that. In the past, we've usually done jazz routines where it's more emotional and sad, and that just wasn't reading very well.
Let's welcome Lee Summit to West High School!
We decided to do like the complete opposite.
They know that they are working towards not just a state goal, but a national goal.
Third place goes to Winsville Holt High School.
We're gonna set the standards for the Westside girls.
Second place
Lee Summit North High School.
Yes, it makes me very nervous, but it makes me excited that teams will be looking at us. They were the first team going.
And congratulations to our varsity lyrical champion, Lee Summit West.
Going to nationals, I've been wanting to go here since 7th grade. I anticipated the whole year. I watched the live videos, and now that I actually get to go, it's so cool.
It's a little extra special for us because this is our first nationals ever. And we're pretty sure we picked the right company. The people here are awesome, and we could not ask for better service.
5, 6, stop, 7, 8. So Kennedy, take a tiny step in. Is that good enough? It's maybe a little too far in now.
We're grinding. We'll make it.
How are we doing today?
Cool Classic. Just living life. She's fired up.
Let's get rolling.
My name is Laura King. I am with Dance Team Union. I'm one of the owners. I did my first choreography when I was probably 8. Choreographed my first national winning routine when I was 21. I think I just let the music kind of speak to me and what I'm seeing. Most of the time it's when I'm driving or I hear a song and it just clicks.
I went to the University of Louisville. I joined the University of Louisville Ladybirds dance team. Ultimately, I realized that college wasn't for me. I was going to be doing choreography, making a career out of it. And then I met Laura King.
There was something about the way that Bridie danced. I just knew that if I grabbed her in and we could do it together, it would be amazing. From there, we went for it. I don't even know what it was I was going for, so I just went running.
We did so much choreography together. We were really inspired and motivated to share kind of what we knew from the studio world with the dance team world. And for a while, we were able to do that.
I just heard that there was this huge thing happening on Facebook, and I didn't really know what it was about. And then Bridie was like, you have to look at this, and she was really into it.
A lot of the teams that we worked with, they were kind of getting the news from the company that they competed at that they were not going to be able to use the music that they wanted. I can't give my best material to music that I don't feel.
I think it was just a catalyst to what was happening. I think that coaches were ready to be heard. You know, Bridie was telling me what was going on, and she said, you know, we can do this. And I was like, well, I don't know if we can do this. I said, okay, well, there's only one way I'll do it, as if Daz Mann, the Yahoo genius, I would say, in the dance world, I said, if he gets on board, I'm in. Say welcome and thank you guys so much for attending our inaugural season.
I've been actually involved in dance team for over 40 years. Saw it from when no one paid attention to it to when a lot of people paid attention to it. And then a lot of people started paying attention to it for reasons that weren't really respectful of dance team. They were much more commercial, much more corporate and brash. Wasn't celebrating teams, dancers, and coaches in the way I think they deserve to be celebrated.
Are we ready for dance team?
We always joke, it's just 4 people that jumped off the cliff together. Without that level of fearlessness, you cannot get something like this started the way that she did.
I remember the moment watching from the judges area saying, we did it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be improved, and I will always be a perfectionist, but we did it. We pulled this together, and I don't know how, but you know, it was the perfect balance for us, and we made it happen.
Once we get it all straightened out, we'll be golden. We'll throw that up in a second, and we'll be rocking in the real world.
Here is where you're gonna check in and get ready for the warm-up. We have our nice ladies here.
We're about to go in to the Marley to practice both our routines. It's a real taste of what the actual nationals floor is gonna be like.
ready. How are you feeling about this weekend? Yeah. Is this your first time at DTU? Third. So you've been here since the beginning?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
We have probably at least 10 national titles, probably more than that.
Now we are strictly DTU.
I felt constricted a little bit with the whole music and felt like I was kind of a little bit in a mold. I pride our routines looking different from other people's.
So go out there and be like, you know what? We do whatever you want us to do, we do well. Do what you do. 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 Do what you do.
When DTU started, I think that their score sheet, it wasn't like you have to hit this many seconds of this many seconds of this in order to win. This is the category that you're in. Be creative, show us something that we've never seen before, and you know, if it's clean and it looks good and at the end it's in sync and it works out, hopefully get to win.
Do you guys have like any sort of chants you do?
Yeah.
On your way?
Yeah. We do like pep ups too. Yeah. Like little quotes that we give each other and like put them in our. And we put them in our sports bras and we kiss them before we put them in. It's a little motivational quote.
Yeah.
It's like trying to laugh.
I would say Dina's the second mom and Val's like the big sister. You ready?
Yeah.
Sometimes Dina's afraid to hurt us and Val will just go out and say it.
Loud, very loud. Watch the formations, don't be stupid, look at the floor.
We got this, guys.
Okay. Line up quickly. Guys, this yellow tape is center.
Your 5 minutes are starting.
Wide. Smile!
Passaic Valley Regional is a very competitive school. There's a lot of expectations for us to do well.
You gotta watch. You gotta be making sure you know your counts.
I sit them down every year. I said, listen, ladies, you have to be in high school. You have to get grades. You don't have to dance. If I have to make them want to do it, then they shouldn't be here.
I knew that's who I wanted to be one of the dance team girls. Freshman year, JV, I would watch the varsity dancers. That whole year, I worked on myself. And that whole year, I went to privates, I stayed extra. I worked myself as hard as I could just to make it to varsity. It was a little bit of a struggle for me. That like I wanted to give up almost, that I'll just stay with JV for the next year. But I knew that's not what anybody wanted in a teammate on JV or varsity.
I saw a dance team on television. I was like, oh, I've got to be a part of that. Me and my friend got the team going our senior year. When I came back from college and took over the program, dance started evolving. It was more motions at one point. Now it's really technical. And for me, it's a challenge.
I notice things that she doesn't, and she notices things that I would never think of. She is the yin to my yang. We usually sit there, look at the dance, and we're like, okay, what the heck needs to happen now?
Our enthusiasm is what the girls love.
So the second something hits the right way, we're like standing there clapping. We will do everything needed to get to that point. We're not afraid to be like, listen, you gotta do it again, so that it gets to the point where we can like clap and scream.
They can be strict, but it's just to get the best out of what we can do because they know our capabilities and they know like what we can do as a team. We still have a little more work to do before nationals, and we have a couple weeks to get that together.
Lock it. You'll get it. We'll work it over there. It's just you're slightly bent when you lift it. Perfect.